So, good good evening once again everybody and welcome to our community yoga class for tonight. The sequence that we'll be working in with particularly for tonight is relatively restorative in nature. When we take care of the body, we usually do things that helps us replenish whatever energy we might have spent. So some of us go for a massage, some of us go for a walk, some of us go for personal me time, maybe at the coffee shop reading your favorite book or whatnot. Sometimes though, it's not enough. Like even if you do things that makes you feel good, you don't feel good right away. So it takes time for you to feel better again. So hopefully this tool that we'll be offering offer you your restorative yoga practice, you'll gain some poses that will help you replenish your energy, fill your cup again with the sustenance that it needs to keep going throughout your day. As always, whenever I teach a yoga class, if ever you need to take a break, please do not hesitate to do so. If you're feeling pain, please do not hesitate to back off the pose. I will guide you into it as smoothly as I can, but please do not hesitate to take that needed break when you need to. Okay? So we're gonna start off in your easy seated pose, just crossing your legs in front of each other. And I'm gonna invite you to kind of adjust your seat. Sometimes the way that your sit bones landed on your mat isn't the best position. So if you need to, just peel the bum, maybe move yourself side to side just to get more settled. And then when you're ready, rest your hands on top of your knees. Find an upright spine. So physically feel your head stacking over your shoulders stacking over your hips. And if you haven't done so yet, please go ahead and close your eyes and allow yourselves to settle in to this space that we are creating for your rest, your recovery, and your restoration. Start off by noticing how you feel for this evening. If you came from work and there's a lot of things that are running through your mind, just go ahead and take a moment to recognize them. Or if your mind is drifting off already to the things that you have to do after this session, just go ahead and let them happen. Reminding ourselves that it's normal and perfectly fine to have this monkey mind, the mind that keeps jumping from thought to thought to thought. But for today, my invitation for you is to acknowledge all of the thoughts without latching on or attaching to any of them. Just observe the thoughts like a movie playing in your mind. Let it run its course until you realize there's another thought that comes in. And we'll be here for a couple of minutes, just inviting you to let your thoughts come in and go. Allow the ideas to flow in and out. Let whatever is running through your mind run its course. And little by little, maybe the gap between the thoughts become longer and longer. And in those moments, when you find a sense of peace, allow yourselves to connect with your breaths. Finding long, deep breaths in. And long, deep breaths out. Five more breaths, please. Breathing in. Breathing out, 1. Inhale. Exhaling, 2. Inhale. Exhaling, 3. Inhale. Exhaling, 4. Inhale. Exhaling, 5. Slowly blink your eyes open. And we're gonna start off with some windshield wipers for your knees. So just go ahead and place your hands down onto the floor behind you. Move your legs forwards. You might be feeling some numbness on your legs, so take your time to kind of just move your knees side to side, left and right, introducing some movements that will help you bring mobility and blood flow back down towards your toes. Now, when you're ready, you're gonna cross your legs in front of each other once again. And once you are seated upright, you're gonna sweep your arms forwards and then up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers and flip your palms to face up to the ceiling. Now just take a moment to feel that length from your hips all the way up to your palms. Inhale. And then as you exhale, just slightly tip over to the right and notice how that feels on your left side body. On an in-breath, just come back up to the center. And then exhale, tip over to the left side this time. Doesn't have to be a lot. Just allowing yourself to feel that length and space on your sides. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Come back to the center. And release your hands down in front of you. And begin to transition to your tabletop pose. Come up onto your hands and your knees. Once you are in your table, just go ahead and let your hips sway side to side. Allow your shoulders to move right and left. And feel free to close your eyes as you just let your body slither right and left, right and left. And notice at this point where you're holding a lot of your stress, a lot of your tension in. It varies from person to person, but maybe majority of us has it a little bit more in the low back or the shoulders or the neck. So just go ahead and check in on where you need to put a little bit more attention for tonight. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, stabilize at the middle. And we're going to do a couple of rounds of your cat and cow. On an in-breath, let your belly drop down. Tilt your chin and your tailbone up to the sky, feeling that expansion on your chest. Exhale, push away from the floor. Round the back and look down to your thighs. Feel that broadening on your upper back. We go again, please. Inhale, let your belly drop down. Tilt your chin, tailbone to the sky. And then exhale, push away from the floor, round your back, and look down to your legs. Now, please go ahead and do this a couple more times on your own. Inhaling to arch the back and look up to the sky. Exhaling, rounding your spine to look down to your legs. And again, notice where you're feeling this pose the most. Breathing in and breathing out. Open your knees wider, about hips width apart. There you go. Go ahead. Long, deep breaths in. Long, deep breaths out. One last. Inhale. And exhale. Now start to stabilize at the center of your mat. And we're going to do our child's pose. So you open your knees as wide as your mat space. You sit on your heels and you crawl your hands forwards, melting your chest and your forehead down to the ground. Release your forehead down to the floor. Now take a moment to settle in to your child's pose. This is a very nice position to do to loosen up the shoulders, bring mobility to the hips, and allow yourselves to breathe length into your spine. One more breath here, please. Breathing in and breathing out. Now slowly roll yourselves forwards once again to tabletop position. And I'm going to invite you to take your Japanese seat. So you're going to sit on your heels and roll your torso upright. Take a moment to recognize if there's pain on your joints. You can always just transition down into your easy seated pose, just crossing your legs in front of each other. Now from here, please tuck your chin towards your chest. And then begin to move your head over to the right, bringing your right shoulder and your right ear towards each other. And then tuck your chin in towards your chest once again. And then move your left ear towards your left shoulder. Now let's do this a couple of times, just allowing yourself to create like half circles with your head. Allowing your head to move right and left, but nice and slow, so that you feel that stretch on the sides of your neck. Now, I personally get dizzy if I do full rotations with my head. So you can stay here just with the half circles. But if you're willing, go ahead and go back. And then to the side. And then just do the opposite way as well, creating that full circular motion with your neck. But again, just monitor how you feel the moment that you find yourselves getting dizzy. Just come back to the half circles, just moving your head left and right, left and right. One big breath, please. Inhale and exhale. Bring your head upright. And you're going to reach your arms forwards and upwards once again as you inhale. Exhale, bend your right elbow. And then use your left hand to pull it behind your head. Take a moment to puff up through your chest. And then exhale, take a mini side bend to the left. Notice how this feels on your right side ribs. Inhale, slowly come back to the center. Arms go up to the sky. And then exhale, let's switch sides. So bend your left elbow, pull it behind your head, take a moment to puff up to your chest. And then mini side stretch to the right, noticing how this feels on your left side ribs. On an in-breath, come back up to the center, arms go up to the ceiling. And then exhale, hands come down to the floor. And you walk your hands forwards until you arrive back down to your tabletop. You might be feeling numbness again on your leg. So if you need to lift your feet and let the ankle rotate a couple of times. Or maybe pedal the feet, bend and extend or flex the ankles. Alrighty, now from here, we're gonna come into a pigeon. So you're gonna bring your right knee as close as possible towards your right hand. And then you're gonna wiggle your foot as close as possible to the left without forcing the knee. And then allow your left leg to glide back off your mat, allowing your hips to sink closer to the ground. And maybe already here it's like, breathe, inhale. If you are still okay, you're gonna go ahead and come down, walking your hands forwards and melting your elbows to the ground. Or, if possible, allow yourselves to melt down to the ground, maybe even creating a pillow with your arms to rest your forehead on. Heads up, this pose will get more intense the longer that you hold, so please relax into this shape. You can relax these toes down. Nice. So notice where you're feeling it the most. Majority of us will feel it on your right side seat. Some of you might be feeling it on the left hip flexors, the front of your left thighs. Some of you might be feeling it nice, long spine with the back body. Wherever you're feeling it the most, send your breath to that part so that despite the challenge that you are facing in this pose, you can remain relaxed and calm in the way that you feel. Now, I'm going to invite you to amplify the stretch just a little bit more. See if you can lean more weight towards your left hip crease. Yes, and you're going to feel a lot more pull on your right side seat. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. One last inhale. And exhale. Now slowly roll your torso all the way upright. Lean all of your weight to the right. Careful with your friend beside you. You're going to guide your left leg to the front. Extend your left leg to the front. Okie dokie. How are we so far? Good? All right. So we're going to create that Letter L shape with your legs. So right foot against your left inner thigh. Left leg extended forwards with your ankle flex. On an in-breath, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. But we're going to turn to face the right. Turn to face your right. That's it. And then place your left hand onto your right knee. Reach that right arm up and over for a side stretch, leaning towards the front end of your mat. Set up, right? Okay, you don't have to go down super far, but I want you to find yourselves opening out to your chest just a little bit more. So if possible, think of your bottom ribs pushing forwards, and then your top ribs leaning back so that you can lean just a little bit more in this pose. Set up, Wenard. Yes, I believe, masarap. Nakasmile siya. Nakasmile siya. Inside, Pia. The switch is inside. There you go. One more breath here. Keep smiling. Inhale. And exhale slowly. Roll yourselves upright. Woo. And extend your legs forwards. And give your legs a couple of shakes, a couple of sways. Just shake, shake, shake. All right. Aren't you glad that we are blessed with just one other side? So you're going to swivel your legs backwards and make your way to your tabletop position. Come down onto your hands and your knees. And same set of poses, okay? So you're going to bring your left knee as close as possible towards your left hand. And then you wiggle your foot as close as possible to your right hand. So try not to force it. It's okay if it doesn't go all the way front. Tuck your back toes, and you need to slide your right knee back, letting your hips come closer and closer to the mat. Take a moment to lengthen the spine as you inhale. Some of you will want to stay here. Others will want to come down, maybe bringing the elbows to the mat. Maybe resting the forehead against your arms. But wherever your body brings you, allow yourselves to, again, surrender into the pose. It's difficult. We already know that. So when you create that acceptance in your mind, see where you can relax just a little bit more. Find big breaths in and big breaths out. And then we're going to amplify it just a little bit more if there's still space. See if you can lean more to the right hip crease. It's a tiny tweak to your pose that can provide you a lot of length, a lot of space. Come here, Nox. Long, deep breaths in. And long, deep breaths out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 last. Breathing in. And breathing out. Slowly walk your hands back and roll your torso all the way upright. Lean all of your weight to the left. Careful with your friends as you guide your right leg forwards. And then create that letter L shape with your legs. So left foot against your right inner thigh, right leg extended, ankle flex. Now sit up nice and tall. Inhale your arms up to the ceiling. And then exhale, let your body turn to the left. And then you're going to place your right hand onto your knee. And you're going to reach your left arm up and over for that side stretch. Good. And again, the intention isn't to go as deep as you can, but to explore how much length you can create on your spine. Tita Zanet, this hand onto this knee. Sorry, yes. Yeah, you got it. There you go. No wild thing ka na. Fine, big breaths. Again, think of pushing your bottom ribs forwards, leaning your top ribs back. It will help you create more length and space on your sides. Inhale and exhale. One last breath here. Inhale. And then as you exhale, roll your torso all the way up, right? Ooh. My hat. And then extend your legs forwards and give your legs a couple of shakes, couple of sways. Yes, teacher Knox. Bend your knees. And let's come into our butterfly. It's one of my favorite poses. And now bring your feet together and let the knees fall out to the side. If you move your feet closer to your bum, it will be more for your hips. If you create a bigger diamond shape, it will be more for your back. So I'm going to invite you to choose. Now, wherever your body brings you, inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, drape your torso over your thighs. You can keep your hands on your feet or maybe crawl them forwards and allow yourselves to melt down into this shape. I invite you as well to close your eyes. When we do forward folds in our yoga practice, they are poses of humility. So you recognize how you are in this moment. No comparison of how deep your neighbor is or how shallow yours may be. No comparison of how far you can go in this pose. Instead, let yourselves recognize how you feel in this moment. Long, deep breaths in and long, deep breaths out. How's your hips? Okay lang? No pain? Meron. Would you like to go just a little bit deeper? Okay. Inhale. And exhale. You can walk your hands forwards just a little bit more. Nice. Okay lang? Alright. Inhale. And exhale. And one last. Inhale. And exhale. Everybody, on an in breath, roll your torso all the way upright. Guide your knees together. Close off the gap between your thighs. Bring your legs together. Good. And then from here, you're going to hug your knees with your right arm. And you're going to place your left hand down onto the floor behind you and look over your left shoulder. Now, some of you will want to stay here already, but if you're up for it, you can hook your elbow against your thigh and you push your arm and your leg against each other to rotate yourselves just a little bit more. And remember to breathe. If you hold up your breath, your twist will get shorter. But if you inhale and exhale deeply, your twist can get deeper in this pose. Big breaths. Press these buttocks down. And then can you walk your hand closer to your butt? Yes. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. No pain? Just a little bit. The good kind of pain? Yes, okay. One last breath. Inhale. And exhale. Alrighty. Go ahead and turn to face forwards. Ooh. Switching sides, you're going to hug your knees with your left arm. Right hand comes down onto the floor behind you. And again, some of you will want to just keep the hug so that you can twist deeply. But if you're up for it, you're going to hook your elbow against your knee. Good. And then notice if you're leaning too far back, see if you can adjust your back hand closer to your bum so that you can lengthen the spine just a little bit more into this pose. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Nice. One more. Inhale and exhale. Alrighty. On an in-breath, everybody turn to face forwards. And then exhale, extend the legs, and give your legs a couple of shakes, a couple of sways. All right, we finish off our practice for today with a little bit of a breath work. So you're gonna bend your knees and cross them in front of each other. Place one hand in front of your chest and the other hand in front of your belly. And just notice how your belly and your chest rises and falls as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Now we're going to try to lengthen the breaths just a little bit more. We'll inhale in 4 counts and exhale in 4 counts as well. Try to follow along with my counting, but if ever you feel dizzy or if ever you feel lightheaded, you can just breathe normally. Synchronizing our breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. One last. Inhale. And exhale. Relax your hands on top of your knees. And just take a moment to notice the difference in the way that you are breathing, in the way that you are feeling. We did relatively gentle and simple stretches, but notice the amount of lightness that you are feeling in this moment. Notice this wonderful feeling that you are experiencing right here, right now. Reminding yourselves that you don't have to do a lot to take care of yourselves. You just have to give yourselves that time that you deserve, that you need. So with gratitude for this energy that we were able to replenish and restore, we gather our prayer hands in front of our chests and bow down. Enjoy the rest of your night. Namaste. Alrighty. So we're